What is WordPress hosting? What we call WordPress hosting is an offer proposed by a host that aims to facilitate the creation of a site with this CMS. There is no real typical hosting, since this could for example be based on shared hosting, VPS, or even dedicated. Suffice to say that it will suit beginners or those who do not want to bother with the technique. However, the more technical and demanding among you will find an offer that will satisfy them. What are the hosting needs of WordPress? Prerequisites. As a content management system, CMS, WordPress needs its hosting to have certain characteristics in order to function properly. PHP, the language in which WordPress is written. The server must be able to read it to display your site. Recommended version for PHP, 7.4, or higher. MySQL, the database language of WordPress. Recommended version for MySQL, 5.6, or higher, or MariaDB, another database management system, version 10.1 or higher. Support for HTTPS, which secures the connection to a site. Shared hosting. The shared offer is generally very affordable, since some companies offer plans for $3 or $4 per month. However, you need to know the advantages and disadvantages beforehand. These formulas bring together several customers, so it is a shared rental and it can be quite complex to manage. Indeed, if one of the customers consumes significant bandwidth, repercussions will generally be observed on the other sites. This offer may be suitable for platforms that benefit from regular updates, but whose audience remains medium or low. The dedicated server. If your website starts to have more and more traffic and your needs are no longer suitable for shared WordPress hosting, you should switch to the dedicated server. You will therefore have your own server, without having to share it with other users. Certainly, the price is more important, but the options will be more numerous. Your site will perform better. In addition, many hosts offer several choices of formulas. The virtual server. The virtual server, or VPS, is halfway between the dedicated server and the shared server. The virtual server is a high-performance, shared physical server whose resources are shared between several virtual servers. In principle, it is therefore a mutualized offer, but in fact, the virtual server will be completely dedicated to hosting your website. It will therefore be possible to benefit from a certain level of performance, from a configuration similar to a dedicated server, as well as from the maintenance of the site. It is therefore an ideal compromise between a shared server and a dedicated server. It is important to point out that certain shared server services offer pre-configured servers to facilitate their handling when all the necessary technical skills are not available. Nevertheless, it is interesting to be accompanied by a professional to make sure not to make mistakes. Cloud hosting. The ultimate in hosting is the cloud. Your site is no longer hosted in one place at a time but replicated, automatically, to other servers around the world. This is what specialized WordPress hosts use to make your site available quickly in all corners of the planet. Such a configuration is only necessary for an international site with high traffic. These hosts then rely on well-known technologies such as Amazon Web Service, AWS, or Google Cloud. How to choose a WordPress hosting. The performance of the host. If you want your website to be successful online, you absolutely need a successful web host. Beyond on-site optimization, the hardware and software configuration of your web host will influence the loading speed of your site. The options are available. Web hosts that offer multiple plans will be able to meet the needs of your website as it currently is. Plus, you'll be able to grow your site with the same host, while saving money when you're just getting started. Unlimited traffic is generally not supported on these kinds of plans. Backup system and backup management. A good backup management system is essential for the sustainability of your project. Email addresses. Most hosting providers also offer a service allowing you to create email addresses from the site's domain name. Be sure to choose a plan that provides enough addresses, depending on the number of people who will use them. Customer support team. Having a dedicated support team behind you can help relieve much of the stress that you can sometimes feel while running your site. Eventually, you will run into issues that need support and you will need a team to get help when that happens. Robust security features. Regardless of the size of your site, security is something you will want to think about from day one. A good WP host will provide you with strong security features from the start. WordPress-oriented. Some call themselves WP hosts because they offer easy one-click WordPress installation. But high-quality web hosts do offer WordPress-specific features that will help you get the most out of your site. Quality/price ratio. Of course, you want a web host that will improve your site's performance and increase its security, but not if you are spending a lot more than your site is actually making. You will want a balance of WP-specific features at a price you can obviously afford.